Music is like root work. Magic that's pulled up from the soil. It echoes on the stony hills and spins in the tall grass by the sea. It soothes the savage beast and pierces the soul of a man. Music is that old witchcraft. It writes your true name on a scrap of paper and makes you dance undignified like King David. This is the Hoodoo Music Podcast.
Is that as loud as your phone get?
Yeah.
That's terrible. That's an
That's
iPhone.
why I said I shouldn't have called them.
Dude, you make an iPhone look bad because I'm sure
It
there's
broke. There's always something that goes on these things. Right now, it's
I like
people
Android
call
better.
me and I can't
That's a
hear
whole
them.
other argument, though. Apple computers, though, that's where it's at.
You know, if it's a private
Good job,
phone
good
call,
job, Mark.
This is Joey Holtzclaw. Sorry that I missed your call. Please leave a message and I'll call you back as soon as possible.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Joey, we're
Joey! We're, go ahead.
well, I mean, you yelled.
Oh, no, I'm gonna let you finish.
I'm gonna let you finish, but
I know where you were going with it.
yeah, we're if you haven't gathered, Joey, we're having this interview with the Hoodoo podcast, and we wonder where you're at. Nah, man, we heard about that guy getting arrested. It's all cool, but if you want to call us, you can be in on it. But you know, this is gonna be over in like 20 minutes, so have fun, Joey. Yeah, so you haven't
Bye.
gathered. We're without our drummer. There was an emergency.
Oh, yeah, Joey's the drummer, by the way. Also known as House Beat Carl.
This is the Hoodoo Music Podcast. This is the third episode of the show. This episode, we got the band Silvermane on. These guys are a no gimmicks, no frills alt-rock band here in the upstate of South Carolina. Just started playing a little bit out of town, too, which is kind of exciting for them, and I'm excited for them as well. Why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves?
Elliot, go ahead.
I'm Elliot. I play bass.
I'm Josh. I play guitar.
Hey, I'm Joey. I play the drums. And did I do a good, Joey? That was kind of good.
That's pretty good, man. It's pretty good.
Decent, Joey.
I'm Bobby, and I play the vocals and sometimes the guitar. Most of the time the guitar. Sometimes piano, but we haven't got that. That's in the future. Also, I can see the future, so there's that. I'm 6 feet tall, and I like long walks on the sidewalk because that's where you walk at.
Yeah, exactly. So wait, how do you see, like, pianos are a thing of the future? I thought they were kind of like timeless.
I meant pianos in this band, Silvermane, is the thing of the
Gotcha.
future. Because we
Gotcha.
have some songs coming up that are going to have piano. They're going to be like, well, they're not going to be like anything but us, you know, just us with some piano, Silvermane.
So so your drummer Joey couldn't be here tonight, and this is actually the second time we've recorded this interview. The last time the audio got corrupted. So the great recordings we got from the actual performance, I kept those, but the last interview session I had to trash. So I'm excited to be here with you on a
Because it was
Tuesday
trash.
night.
I was like, you can
I'm
dial
sorry.
Joey's corrupted vocals back in this.
It's like, what about you, Joey? What do you think?
I play the drums.
You did a better Joey than I did.
Maybe he'll call. You never know. He might call. That'd be kind of funny.
Maybe he
too,
will.
yeah.
If he calls, we'll put him on the show.
Elliot, go Facebook Live. Let's try this band.
not
Yeah,
Texting,
you
are
go
you?
ahead and do that. Well, hey, so speaking of Facebook Live, you guys are on social media. Why don't we go ahead and plug that? What are your social media sites?
We're on Social Meet.
Yeah, we're on the Bandcamp. We're figuring out where the cool kids go. You know, so it's Bandcamp.
I wish that I could be like the cool kids.
Yeah, where do
Taylor
they go,
Swift.
Bobby? You know more than that. No.
I've never seen the band camp. I'm like the worst band member ever, honestly.
Well, that's why we have somebody to help us with that because you can't do it. If you did it, it'd probably be all your solo stuff getting promoted anyway.
Yes. I got a shameless
This
plug.
isn't Silvermane
man.
at all.
Shameless plugs.
Oh man.
So you're on Bandcamp.
Oh,
Yeah, we're on
that's perfect.
Bandcamp.
We're all-
Silvermane Rocks
all in there.
at Facebook.
I'm about to turn the camera around so we can
And,
see Warren. All right, we're gonna try this again.
I think actually that's where all we're on though.
You know what?
Bandcamp
You know
or
what?
Facebook.
I'm gonna Facebook Live too.
Okay,
right
let's
now.
do it. Oh yeah, you can get yourself some promotion right here. Let them know you mean business. Cause Mark Hartwell Jones
That's
means
right.
business. All right,
That is right.
he's named after a lake. Okay, a lake that kills people. So you know he means business.
I'm not actually named after the lake, just so you know.
Oh, okay, but same
Lake's named
name.
after me.
That's how you really know he means business.
That's how you know I mean business. Well, so why don't we just go ahead and start with the first song that you performed? What's the song called? Tell us what's it about. Bobby, this is going to be your job to tell us what the song's about.
The first song that we did was The End of Everything, if I'm not mistaken, because I don't play guitar. And like when we're doing songs in a row, if I'm not playing guitar on a select few, I'll put it at the beginning or the end. And it was at the beginning.
You
But
got
it's called The End of Everything, ironically.
put
being
a set
at the
list
beginning.
together, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And the song, as we talked about the last time we recorded this, which you guys will never know about, so we're doing it again.
Corrupted.
Yeah, the song is about corruption. Now, the song is about death. That's why it's called The End of Everything. It's about how you're born, and then you go through this little journey that we call life, and, everybody has their different views on how it should go or how it should turn out. And, some people believe in God and other people don't. And the song is saying something like, the end is so unclear, I guess you'll know when you know, meaning that when you get there, that's when you'll know for sure. So, it was
right
it was
now,
very, very deep
you'll know.
song, very kind of dark song, but a lot of people like it. I personally don't really even like it.
You
which
haven't
is-
even presented any good reasons not to like it yet. I'm still trying to figure it out.
I don't know.
It's got a little grunge thing going, I guess. It's kind of open. It's darker.
I kind of
You know why? Because Josh wrote this song.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Josh, speak about your inspiration for coming up with this riff, or did you have inspiration?
Yeah, well, I just pretty much wrote the music. Bobby wrote the lyrics. So
I can't write a stitch of music of
Bobby
lyrics.
could still probably tell you more about what it's about. But yeah, Bobby writes most of the music. This is one of the few songs that I actually wrote. But it's
He
just
also-
the music, not the lyrics.
Josh also came up with the title because we were trying to come up with a good title for it, and we didn't want to call it The End or Die or whatever.
It'd be really funny if we talked about the song for like 30 minutes but never played it.
We hate you, please die. No, I'm sorry.
Hey, Scott Pilgrim. Yeah.
Comes down, no
So you mentioned earlier you guys have just started playing a little bit more out of town. What's like? How is that? How's that going for you? What's it?
Elliot,
We'll tell you about out of
Elliot,
town.
I'll let you answer this, because if I answer, I might say something and hurt some
Yeah, that's not
people's
true.
feelings.
Talk about big story. Well, I gotta make the beer sound. This is one of my favorite things to do. Hold on. Yeah, it's good. I did that last time, but the thing was
Yeah,
corrupted. and
it
I thought
sounded
was
it
really
sounded
cool,
crisper last time.
Yeah.
That one sounded kind of weak.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
kind of weak.
the
It might be
actual
stale.
audio track where I think it was one of the songs. Josh cracked a beer.
Oh, yeah.
It picked up so perfectly.
A nice crisp high.
Oh, it
yeah.
was beautiful.
Yeah,
I was like, what
quite.
instrument is that?
Well, I guess we could talk a little bit out of town.
Yeah.
We just played in the first time we did an interview. We were pre-Athens. Now we're post-Athens.
But you know what? Let's go back even
Athens,
further.
Greece. How was it like? How was the flight to Greece?
Well,
was a little
actually,
weird.
we drove. We took the over the water path. It's just a long bridge to go straight from Marietta, South Carolina,
Starts in
to
Marietta, right?
Athens, Greece.
Subspace highway.
I haven't been to Athens in forever, so it was kind of nice to go.
I was gonna say though, let's go back even further to Asheville, which was also
A year and a
very
half ago.
awesome experience. I mean, but we seem that time we got a really good response from everyone. Like, it was a little bit unexpected because they reacted as if we were like their favorite band or something, but they had never
That's
heard us
cool.
before. But Athens, it was a little sketch. It was,
Well, so you've been you guys have been a band for how long?
3 years about, I suppose. Kind of on and off. I guess
on
this
and
is
off,
really
off and on.
this is the first year where we started figuring out what Silvermane is. So now we can kind of get going. But yeah, the first couple of years we were a little bit on and off, mostly in town. Played a few out of town shows here and there. But 3 years, and now we're getting much more serious about what we want to do with our sound and whatnot. So now we're having more fun, I think. But I don't know.
That's interesting that you say that you would you start to have more fun now that you're getting serious about it.
You naturally get better when you play together for so long, chemistry wise, and as a musician and everything. You get
know.
more comfortable. Our songwriting
You
style.
start borrowing each other's
Yeah,
clothes.
yeah. My socks are his socks.
I
and-
still have one of Elliot's shirts that says I do all my own stunts. I meant to bring it back, but I might keep it.
How did you guys become a band? How did you become a band?
How were
did
we
you
born
meet?
again? Is that what you just said?
How did you become
How were you
Gambit?
born again as Silvermane?
Is this really just talk?
How did you become Gambit? Well, I learned how to bridge the cards, and then I learned how to shuffle, and then they start exploding.
Yeah,
So
he
that
was a
it.
good character.
He was. Why are we talking about X-Men, though?
Actually, speaking of, I mean, Silvermane was kind of inspired from.
Oh, yeah. Josh, tell this story. Tell them about how we're going to get sued.
How did we get Silvermane? Well, we couldn't agree upon Damn It Bobby because Bobby didn't like it. But I thought Damn It Bobby would have been a great.
I think
Terrible.
Damn It Bobby would be a great name.
Terrible
We'd
name.
We'd have to be like pop punk or punk after that.
We just
though.
had to be-
Sure.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
We would have
but-
to, not exist. For
Yeah. No, Silvermane was Josh's idea. Where
Yeah,
we
go,
just all
go ahead,
decided to
Josh.
agree
That
on it.
way,
Yeah.
if they come and sue us, Josh DeGaulle is who you want to look for.
All right, you guys need to get your heads out of the frame though, so he's just him telling this story.
Well,
It's a very dark story.
as far as how we met as a band, we met Bobby on what was it, Craigslist or
No.
something?
I met Bobby the same way.
Yeah.
Oh man,
So anyway, that's how we
I'm
met.
very sketchy. I like to get on Craigslist and
That's kind of how we met. But the name actually comes from like when I was a little kid. I used to grow up watching a lot of Spider-Man. I was a big fan. So that one of the
Cat,
villains on the cartoon was Silvermane, and I just thought it'd be cool for a band name one day. So
Hey, cut that shit out.
That
so
stupid
anyway,
cat, that
I
cat.
basically
He's an instigator. Sorry, Josh.
Trogdor,
I basically
right.
got it from Spider-Man, watching Spider-Man as a kid.
Spider-Man cartoons. All
Somebody,
right.
somebody let this asshole of a cat out. Trogdor,
hey, you can end that.
I always try to make
War.
excuses why I don't have dogs. Oh yeah, cats are easier. Cats
And
are also
Get out.
assholes.
Eviler.
He's all right.
Evil.
Thanks, Warren.
Well, why don't we go ahead and jump into this second song? What's this song called? And tell us a little bit about it. So, Bobby, I guess this is your job now.
This song, I'm like Adele, but with like lost loved ones, because she's always writing about a lost lover. But mine is a lot of my songs are about people that have gone on or what have you, and they're not always depressing, but that's just where a lot of my inspiration came from when I even started writing music in the first place. And so this song is called Worlds Unknown. It's about that world that we all hope that our loved ones go to when they die, because, we hope they don't go to a bad world. They were already in one, the one that we're in right now. But it's not all bad, but
We got like
whatever.
2 real somber songs in a row now.
These
Just got
Now-
real, man.
Yeah, right?
I was just like, Worlds Unknown is, but the song suggests it's otherwise.
Yeah,
because
the
it's kind
song
of
is
upbeat
the song
or
is pretty
whatever.
uplifting, and if you're having one of those bad days, listen to this song, and you might feel better.
Well, before we jump into it, just a curious question: is that kind of how you cope with loss or with grief? Is writing a coping mechanism for you?
It is absolutely it is. I guess that's when I first started writing music was after a very close relative passed away, and it was easier to deal with it that way. Like, I didn't feel grief when I was writing music. I felt happy because I was writing songs about that possibility that we will see them again. And that's not just for me, that's for everyone that's lost somebody.
things I like to ask people when I'm doing interviews on the show is, is what basically like why music? What drew you to music?
Josh, you've been playing, I think, the longest between everybody, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been playing, I guess, about, I don't know, I was 17, started when I was 17, so I've been playing about 14 years.
Oh, we're about the same, man. I
But,
started when I was 15.
Yeah. I pretty much just listened to music. I just loved it. I grew up in the 90s listening to Green Day and that 90s rock, and I just fell in love with it. I thought it was great, and I always wanted to do it, and so I just tried it one day, and I've been playing ever since.
That's the same way you get hooked on drugs. You just try it one day. They say, you got no money. You sell your house to get more. You live in an apartment.
Dude, heroin is so good you don't even need a house.
Oh, my God.
Really?
That's funny.
I don't know. This is according to a friend of my brother's.
It's like, I know a guy. I'm asking for a friend.
This is not my heroin.
But where should I get some?
friend?
I'm just picking it up for him.
Yeah. Actually, you just go down the street. I swear, there was a meth lab that blew up down the
Oh,
street.
man.
What about you,
tell
Elliot?
me about
So
it.
good. Yeah,
Why,
well, I mean,
why music, huh?
why music? That's a really good question. Actually, the funny part is that I'm homeschooled, and I went to a school at home school, and there was this dude that had this band. When I was like 15, there was these kids that were in a band, and one day he came up to me. He's like, "Hey, man, I'm selling my bass." And like I'd never thought of playing music before, like pretty much ever. But since he was selling a bass for like $200 with like this crappy like little amp and whatnot, I was like, yeah, I'll buy your bass. And then I brought it home and I was like, crap, I just spent money on a bass. And I felt like I need to get my value out of it. And I was a really big fan. Yeah, it was like the Green Day and Red Hot Chili Peppers and stuff like that at the time. So I was like, learn those songs and my favorite rock songs, and hell, it's been playing, I guess, 12 years, yeah.
I can't even tell a story after that. I've never heard that story before.
That
sounds like... Did you get out of a movie?
I just made that up. No.
It sounded like it came out of a movie.
No, that's really how it is. I was just like, well, I had this bass. I better learn it, I guess. Just play along with your favorite songs. Kind of, I think a lot of kids do that, I suppose.
I'm curious, though, about Bobby, because you play a lot of instruments. And so, yeah.
Well, I started out on the tabletops in school, like doing some tabletop hand drumming. And that's probably the first musical thing I've ever done. And it evolved from there, you start off with hand drumming. Next thing you know, you're in a band, playing on a stage in front of 10 people. No, drums were actually my first instrument, which I started when I was about 7. And I played in church because there was music, and I don't know. I guess you're born like with this thing in you where you're drawn to stuff or you're not. And a lot of people, everybody likes some sort of music, but a lot of people have to actually be the ones creating that sound. And, I started with drums. I was a terrible drummer starting out. Like, it wasn't just something I just picked up immediately. And I didn't even think I was going to become a decent drummer when I started out. Same thing with guitar, and I'm still not really a decent guitarist. But I didn't pick up guitar until I was like 20 or 21.
You were learning when you started
Silvermane.
Silvermane.
A few years ago. Yeah, pretty much. I was still learning when I started. When I started Silvermane, I couldn't do any kind of solos like consistently or anything. And I'm just now starting to do that. So, yeah, terrible guitarist, but I write some catchy stuff sometimes. So
You've come a long way, man. Your guitar work. There's a difference between all of our work, actually. I think from 3 years ago, consistency playing together kind of naturally got better.
Yes.
You're a good drummer.
I appreciate that, sir.
When as a
I'll
band,
sign your bass later on.
Yeah. That was real sweet. That was a sweet moment. You're a good drummer, man. Oh man.
So, yeah, that's actually kind of an interesting. That brings me to an interesting point, because as a band, you're all very tight together. You all are very in tune with each other, and even to the point where I was listening to you write a song together, and so you're all contributing to the creative process here. For all of you, and this is again a question for all of you. What brought you to cross the bridge between just playing an instrument and actually, writing and creating?
I mean,
Oh, Josh leaned in. Let him
what do you
answer.
think, Josh? Where's the changeover?
Honestly, I'm just not very good at playing other people's music. So I just always learn how to play my own and write a lot, and that sort of being in bands when I was in high school and growing up, in different bands here and there. And I just learned along the way. But, really just not being good at playing other people's music. So the compromise was just to learn how to write my own and play my own. And that's pretty much.
That's interesting. On the last episode, Gray Lee kind of said the same thing, is that's what he just started writing his own instead of trying to play other people's.
Yeah, I've heard that. I'm a big Billy Corgan fan. I grew up a big Smashing
yeah.
Pumpkins fan, and I heard an interview, and he said the same thing. And Billy Corgan actually has an extremely high musical IQ. He's like a genius musically, but he said the same thing. That's why he started writing his own music, because he just sucked at writing. He just sucked at playing other people's, and I just thought that was interesting because I felt the same way. So it's kind of interesting that someone so smart and intelligent about music kind of was similar in that way.
I don't know. I started out learning other people's songs just the same way you do with any instrument, I guess. Like Elliot's story a minute ago, you listen to something that you think sounds good, and you're like, well, I want to know how to play that, and you learn how to play that. But I've never been a fan of playing covers, mainly because I was in a band once, and I was writing original songs, and we were playing them together, and then all of a sudden we came to rehearsal one day, and everybody had changed the format, and we pretty much became a Weezer cover band. And I used to like Weezer a lot. I mean, but after that, I was like, I don't even like this band anymore. Like Weezer, I don't like them anymore. I don't like the band I'm in, because I'm playing all these songs that I really would just prefer to listen to, and instead of playing my own songs. And so in this band, we played one cover in our very first show. What was it? Local H, Bound for the Floor, or whatever it's called. And it sounded bad, but
that was bad. That was awful. Plus, it's just 4 chords through the whole song. No matter what it does.
I mean, in the recorded song sounds. I mean, I still like that song, but we didn't do it any justice whatsoever. But,
I did the same thing. My first couple bands were cover bands. A lot of blues kind of. Seems like a lot of people have the same story around here. Starting out.
Around here you can actually make a lot of money as a cover band, but
you always make more money as a cover band.
if that's why you play music for money, then yes, go be a cover band. But if you have a goal or even a message that you're trying to get across in your music or anything like that, then you play your own music, and whoever hears it. And
honestly, I just don't even like really playing other people's music anyway. There's a few songs here and there. It's like, I could probably cover that.
There's some songs we should.
I really want
I've always thought we should cover, but then when it comes to learning, I'm like, we could easily be learning something new of our own.
Put a big twist on it or something, maybe, to make it something. But Bobby writes most of our music. He writes about, 75% of it. It used to be all of it because we didn't have any chops.
We actually have a song called "Used to Be."
But no, it's the same way. Like that last song, I kind of brought the main idea. The end of everything, the first song, that was Josh's main idea. I think the next one,
Lanterns,
that was
primarily
pretty
me.
much 95% your idea. Right? Yeah. Like I'll put a little bass line, something, change it. We'll kind of arrange together. But Bobby, you do all the vocal melodies and the lyrics.
This was kind of one of those songs where I showed up with pre-written parts, and I was like, "Hey, try this." Like, because when I always feel bad because I don't like to be like a dictator or anything, and I'm not like mean with it, but it's
and
like
I'm picky,
you show
so
up.
It's worse.
Yeah, Elliot is picky, but I show up and I'm like, essentially, it's like, here, you play this, you play that, you play this. That's how the song goes. But you have to be more kind about it, I guess. Be like, hey, try this idea that just came into my head that I didn't have written before I got here. Try that. Oh, that does sound good. And then
we've had a few organic songs from that. Yeah, a couple.
Yeah,
but most of the songs you're hearing, we haven't gotten recorded yet. They're probably going to be the beef of the album. We'll eventually record next year.
Cool.
And then we're going to write an additional handful of songs too. So this is kind of a little sneak peek of what our sound is pretty much come to. And we write easier now too because we finally figured out where our best music is and cultivate what we do right, but ignore what we, previously couldn't do right.
Yeah. Well, that Lanterns is this song you're talking about, right?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about what it's about.
Lanterns is about the state, the condition of the world right now, as everybody knows. Which is, I guess, it's always been like this, but recently it's been worse. Every time you see the news, most people don't even turn on the news because they already know what to expect. It's always something. It's just complete and total chaos, and a lot of people, I imagine, have lost hope, and they're just like, well, this is what we have. That's all there is this chaos and this evil that we see, all these people getting killed, and all this racism, whatever that the government is pushing,
The media spits
and wanting us, keeping us distracted from what they're really doing. So Lanterns is like a song reminding people that there is still hope. And again, it's kind of a song about life and death, which a lot of my songs, I'm coming to realize, are about. But in the chorus, it talks about lighting the way for those people that are feeling hopeless, and that's why I called it Lanterns, because lanterns light the way, and they look really cool when there's like a lot of lanterns in the night sky. Like we do a music
You
video.
mean those Chinese paper lanterns things?
Yeah, those.
Oh,
If we do a music video, we got to go to China. Yeah.
That's kind of a beacon of positivity. Yeah, I like that.
Right.
Who doesn't like those things that float up?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You could be having a really crappy day, and you see those, you're like, oh wait, I got to record this. In that
That's not
moment,
bad.
you're really happy.
All right.
I meant to make a note of that so I could design that into like an actual brand of cereal.
I was like, I saw the cereal. It's called Tutti Frutti. It was like a rip-off brand of like I don't know.
Oh my god.
Fruit Loops or something.
Wait, who was
like
that?
Those are so good.
Who's that sings that song? Tutti Frutti?
Oh,
Rudy.
Is that Little Richie?
Not Little
Yeah,
Richard.
it's Little Richie.
Yeah, it is.
But if you could do a
They
commercial.
should have him on the box.
Yeah, it's like, have some Tutti Fruities on Rudy.
Wait, so Rudy's paying for these, or just like
Hey,
Rudy
yo.
like some type of bread?
Have your punk ass some Tutti Fruities on Rudy.
What kind of bread should I eat? It's on wheat, right? Nah, eat that shit on Rudy. Eat that. That's so bad.
And we're back on the Hoodoo Music Podcast. Well, you know, we're getting ready to close out the show. We got one more song coming up. So I just want to ask real quick, what's next for Silvermane? What's the plan? Where, you know, going forward, what are you guys wanting out of your band? What are you wanting out of what you're doing, you know? What do you get out of it, and what are you expecting out of it?
Just to be successful, really. Hopefully for it to be like primary income, like hopefully just to be a job someday, like just we could do it full time, you know, even if it just paycheck to paycheck pays the bills. I guess the idea is just to be successful, play a lot more out of town shows, and I don't know, I guess just be as successful as we can with it.
And that's I don't know. That's why I kind of like. Oh, that's what I like about this band, this group of guys, is that we all seem to have that in common. Because a lot of bands, their idea is, oh, we're going to Hollywood. We want to get on the biggest record label, and you know, do this and that, and be in commercials. And yeah, that's all fine and well. But what most don't know is a lot of them never see the majority of the money that you imagine is being generated behind all that stuff. And when you do stuff yourself, it's you have a lot more control. You don't have to sell out. You don't have to do anything that you don't really want to do, which music should never be about, or anything really. But I mean, like any career, but especially music, which is you putting your own creations out there. I don't feel like you should have to be dictated by anyone or kept in a box because, you know, oh, well, you can't play this song because the media isn't going to approve this, or, you know, this isn't socially appropriate or whatever it might be. So I do like the fact that nobody here is greedy, you know. I would be okay with even a small level of success. Like he was just saying, if we could get paid as much as we get paid right now, but be playing music instead of working, I would be perfectly okay with that.
Sure.
I was going to say, nobody's knocking on our doors waving money at us.
Yeah, right.
We got a lot of work to do.
Yet.
I was say we have a lot of work to do. But the hard part, I think, in a way, is over. Because we have figured out finally what you know, direction of our sound is. We have Jeremy Thiel working with us to get us off the ground a little bit more with Future Chord. He manages a few other bands. So we're grateful for his input as well. Yeah, you got to start small. Yeah, Jeremy. Should we call him? No.
Jeremy! No. He's going to get voicemail, too.
Yeah, it's no good. It's no good. You know, so we start local, you know, have a game plan, but really we need a product out. Talking about that album earlier, we need a product that really has our sound in it. The stuff we've previously recorded doesn't really, it was before we figured where we're going.
Sure.
So, you know, now that we're going to go forth with the album, we have more songwriting to do, and we have to pick a studio. We have a lot of things to do, but it takes work.
Yeah, our studio experiences haven't been the best. I mean, we work with some talented people, but I guess it was just a whole bunch of bad deals. Like, we started recording at one place, and then they're like, they didn't have time for us after they told us that we could. They wanted to do our project, and then we took it somewhere else, and then they wanted to like put auto tunes on everything, and I was like, "This is not a T-Pain album."
We didn't know what we were doing. Basically, we were just throwing something just to have. You know, you can't.
Sure.
It's hard to be a band and not have anything to listen to anywhere. So what we have now is good for now, but now we're trying to take the next step forward. And so when people go on to Bandcamp and they go to our shows, they know that this is the product they're getting. We're trying to make a brand now.
We want something that people can be proud
That's
to
Silvermane. That's how
download
Silvermane
off
sounds.
of iTunes. That
Silvermane.
they don't mind spending 99 cents on, you know?
Yeah,
sure.
Exactly. So that's where we're at right now.
Like if somebody's starving and they could get a McDouble or one of our songs, we want them to have confidence in choosing our song over the McDouble.
Priority,
You
you know?
the
Priorities.
McDouble is just going to kill you anyway. Our song's only going to give you life. So
You heard it here first. Well, what's this last song? It's called "While My Blood Still Flows."
While My Blood Flows. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
long side. We usually just call it Blood Flows.
the title changes just every time you say it is different.
It's,
Blood flows.
It's another song where Bobby kind of holds back on the guitar and it's a little bit more open. I kind of got the bones of this song together, and then Bobby finished off with some really cool arrangements in probably my favorite finish to any song we have.
It has a really cool
I
outro.
really
that,
like the song a good bit.
the outro we all kind of came together on. Like I threw some. We wanted a way to end the song that wasn't like the same way, you know, like go into a
epic
bridge and
build-up.
then go back to a chorus. And then I just started playing these few chords that I thought would sound cool. And honestly, I didn't expect it to go over well. But then everybody was like, "Yeah, that makes sense." And I was like, "Wait, hold up, did y'all really say that?" And then, Josh came up with this really incredible lead that goes up to the end of that.
The delay seems to be a signature sound that we've kind of starting to really go with.
And we seem to favor halftime on a lot of songs, but it's just like
more force.
Yeah, like everybody can like rock out to halftime, I guess. So we go there a lot. The song is I don't know. Most people know I'm kind of a nerd, so the song is like actually told from the point of view of someone that is from another planet, and which I guess is, even as humans being from Earth, sometimes we feel like we're not from here because, sometimes you don't fit in. Sometimes you don't agree with people that you associate with every day. And this song is kind of about that, because it's talking about trying to find your way back home, which from that person's point of view is not Earth. So, very nerdy, but a lot of people like the song. I mean, it's all right. It's my second least favorite song. Oh, man. does somebody always cough, right?
I've been listening to this Hoodoo podcast since it come out, man. It's really cool. I think you have a good format. It's entertaining. You put it on in the house, put it on while you're driving, and you get to develop some sense of the local scene so far.
You know, Mark Hartwell Jones just has one of those personalities and one of those voices that, you know, you can take it everywhere with you. You play it.
You can put it in your pocket.
Yeah, right. Like if you ride by yourself, you just turn on this the Hoodoo music podcast, and
guys, you're gonna give me a huge ego.
You feel
Man,
like
just thanks for having us.
You
on
feel
here.
like Marcus.
Thanks for having us. It's been fun.
thanks for sitting down and doing this with me. I really enjoy actually sitting down and just talking.
Yes.
You know, that's one of it's the reason I do the show, is because I want to, you know, actually sit down and talk to, you know, these local bands that I enjoy listening to, but also to give
and
you
see
a
how
way
crazy they actually are.
yeah, but also to give you a way to
What's wrong with
promote
them?
yourselves. No, but rambling is cool because when you ramble, you thresh out ideas, and you're able to kind of separate the good ideas from the bad ideas. And so thinking out loud is something I do all the time, and my neighbors probably think I'm crazy because I live in an apartment with paper thin walls and talk to myself all the time. But
They're like,
rambling is
he lives
totally
by
cool.
himself. What is he? What is even happening over there? I just wanted to take a moment to shout out to some of my friends that Mark records as well. Gray Lee, he's a really awesome musician.
Yeah, that was a really good one. Yeah.
Jacob Johnson, I don't even want to play guitar when I hear him play guitar. He's a really cool guy, awesome musician, and you know, those are the main two. I'm sure he does a lot of other.
We're on episode
people,
3, so
I'm sure he records a lot of other people, but those are the two notables, and they host an open mic over here near us, and it's a really cool place to hang out if you're not doing anything on Tuesdays. We're usually here, you know, being us, but you know, you're not gonna come. We're not gonna invite you to come and watch us rehearse because you wouldn't come to the show. Then you're like, I've heard these songs, so you know, go over there and hang out with them.
This show's available on iTunes and Google Play, and I'll probably get it up on other podcatchers as well. You can find it online at rootdoctormedia.com. You can also follow the Facebook page, facebook.com/Hoodoo Music Podcast. Silvermane is on social media. What's your Facebook URL?
It is facebook.com/Silvermane Rocks.
and they're also on Bandcamp. You can listen to them there. Why don't you, come out to a show, something like that, buy some of their CDs, buy one of these awesome stickers that I'm sporting on the side of my recording box.
we didn't have stickers for almost 3 years.
But you got them now, and that's what matters. Is
And
what
they
you're
weren't
doing
even
right
cut.
now.
Like we
Who
got
would
them,
want
and they
one
weren't
anyway until now? Fine, yeah. Before, yeah.
Well, thank you so much for listening to the Hoodoo Music Podcast. You can also follow me on Twitter at Mark Jones Audio. Until next time.
Hoodoo.
Thank you so much for listening.